up everybody, it's Kale. We got you guys with another reaction video. In this one, we're reacting to the channel Pushing Gears. Title of this one is 3 Car Laws Ruining the Car Culture. So I decided to mix it up this time. Not gonna watch no, I guess, like cars pulling out and doing pulls, things like that. I do want to eventually react to car chases, but I decided to switch it up right now and still keep it on the topic of cars, but just kind of switch up how, I guess, the topic of the video itself. So yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of laws recently that are kind of like affecting car culture. I think the biggest one recently is like the spectator law, to where now if you're watching a takeover, you're spectating something crazy going on at a car meet, you can be charged and convicted on it, which I think is insane. I mean, I'm outside in the public space, not condoning, not contributing to the chaos. But because I'm outside, that's like me saying if I'm watching 2 dudes fight, I could have stepped in and stopped it. So no. But yeah, as always, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to sub and like down below. But yeah, let's get into it. Big shout out to Pushing Gears for this video.
California laws against car people. Now let's imagine you're driving to work, beautiful sunny day in California, and out of nowhere you get pulled over. The officer approaches your car.
California is notorious, infamous, if you will, for having like the most strictest car laws. No modified exhaust, all that crap. Like, out of all the shit that's going on in the world, especially in California, their car laws are the strictest thing ever. And they're enforced too. It's not like they're strict and not enforced. They're enforced.
And tells you, informs you that you are getting pulled over because your car might be a little bit too loud. My exhaust is stock. It has cats, mufflers, headers, everything, and it passes smog. To your surprise, the cop doesn't give a shit and he gives you state ref. At that point, you feel targeted, you feel defeated, and multiple things come into your mind. Might be things such as, should I just sell the car and just stop having this hobby, this passion of mine? I have a target on my back just by having a loud exhaust. Or go through the hassle, pay all the fees, get my car inspected by the court or whoever checks your car, and get the state ref and the fix-it tickets signed off. These are some of the things I've heard from car people, and from personal experience as well. I can tell you those are thoughts that cross my mind. Like, bro, what? Should I pay $2,000 and get all this shit fixed, put my car back to stock? Or should I just sell my car and get a Prius or a reliable car that's not gonna attract attention and I'm not gonna be targeted anymore just because I have a passion? Like, yeah.
Like, bro, I mean, I live in Carolina. Carolina, you know, Carolina car laws are not too strict. I mean, people, you know, we have tent laws. A lot of people are still running legal tents. I mean, but that is crazy thing about that, bro. Imagine, you know, especially like one more referring to like people who like have their dream car, not somebody who bought like a cheap, I don't know, like old Honda and clapped it out. We're talking about like somebody who spent like a lot of money for like a performance car, a newer car in a sense, and you know, like you said, you get pulled over. I mean, you put all the money into just getting the car by itself, let alone modding it. And then you have a cop who's just having a bad day or for whatever reason wanted to be a jerk. And like you said, I mean, I know in California it's called state ref, but I mean, that process, it's not only a money thing, but it's also a, let me see if I can set this down. It's also a time thing too, bro. That must suck, man. Like, I took the cats off my car, so my car is even louder now. And I mean, I would hate to be pulled over multiple times, say, hey, your exhaust too loud and getting tickets, bro. I mean, that would literally like, you feel, not only do you feel targeted, but now when you're out, you're literally looking around like, is that cop to pull me over? I mean, it sucks, dude. Like, I kind of get it for emissions reasons, but especially when people have a stock car and they get told it's too loud, like, and the cop doesn't, like you said, I've seen 1,000 videos. People will have an unmodified stock car, and the cop will pull them over, give them a ticket, harass them, waste their time, make them go to court, all that stuff to have it dismissed, blah, 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 blah. And it's just a big time waster, like, and there's no, and it's not like the cops, you know, some cops are just ignorant. It's not like they know what they're looking for. They just say, nope, you have a modified exhaust. I can tell because it's too loud. Here's a ticket. No matter what the driver says, that's how it goes. I mean, it sucks, dude. Like, there has to be better training to enforce this stuff. I mean, especially with cars, bro. If you don't know what you're looking at, it can literally be like fucking staring out into space. So that's my little rant about that.
Tracks the eye. It's cosmetically modified, but it passes laws, passes emissions. So I don't see a problem about that. Alright, enough of that. Now I'm gonna educate you guys on some of the laws, some of the things you can do or cannot do And I'm just talking about laws in California. Laws that if you know these laws, whenever you get pulled over, you can have some pullback and know what you're talking about when you talk to the cop. Because most of the times, yeah, the cops get trained about these general things about the cars, the illegal modified cars. Some of them are ignorant and they don't know what they're talking about. You know about cars?
Or some of them, the training for that happened so long ago they don't fucking forgot. You get what I'm saying? So, like I said, it's not even really going into detail about what to specifically look for. It's a vague general overview, and even then, who knows the last time that training was enforced or implemented, and who knows the cop even remembers. It's just like if you ask me a question from a test I took in high school or college, probably not gonna remember the fucking answer. Like.
Now imagine if you know about the laws. That will put you 2 extra steps ahead of the cop, especially if he tries to pull some sleazy shit. Let's start with some of the main California laws against car people. And I'm gonna give you guys a textbook information. If I'm missing anything, let me know in the comments. But this is the general idea, so you don't look at the officer all stupid when he's telling you stuff that you might not know about. I know some people don't want to have a conflict and have a confrontation with the cop, but you can just be respectful and tell the cop, hey, this is actually how it goes, this and that, you're wrong. And 100% it will help you. And I know I don't say this enough, but it will help you if you record the whole thing. So dash cam, or just your phone. Always record, please.
Amen to that, dude. I mean, I'm a big proponent of dash cams. I think at one point in the future they're going to be completely required in all cars that are manufactured. Like just how backup cameras, I think it's after 2015 or maybe 2013. Any car made in America or sold in America after that was made, production year 2015 on, has to have a backup camera. I think in the future every car is going to be legally required from the manufacturer to come with a dash cam. I mean, it should, bro. But yeah, definitely record, because I mean, especially with the dash cam, it records everything. So before the stop, during the stop, after the stop, so a cop can't say you were speeding. No, it wasn't, officer. I have it on dash cam. And once, I'm not saying all cops are bad people, that's definitely not the case. But once a bad cop sees that and realizes that they're wrong and it's on video, more than likely they'll make up a bullshit reason is to not give you a ticket. So.
That's because you never know when you're going to have a bad interaction.
Definitely recording your phone. I have a dash cam. I still record on my phone. Definitely. I get pulled over.
Get you pulled over because it attracts attention. And that's not exhaust. We as car people.
Even with that, bro, like, what is loud? Like, that's another thing, too, bro. I've seen it all the time, especially California. Like, I'm stopping you for a modified exhaust. Your exhaust is too loud. Like, even if the car is OD loud, if you don't have a way to measure it or test it, you can't enforce it. You get what I'm saying? Like, I can't say your skirt is too short to work here if I don't say, well, the skirt minimum is 3.5 inches, 6 inches, 8 inches. I can't just look at it and say, or listen and say, yep, that's too loud. Like, there needs to be a concrete way to test things. Like, you get what I'm saying, dude?
Best for a car. We want our cars to sound the best. And what that means?
Yep.
Having a lot of exhaust.
A lot of cars are loud from the dealership.
It makes
from the manufacturer.
Better. There are a lot of companies who sell aftermarket exhaust who will definitely make your car sound louder, better, but also will pass smog. So emissions. So if you guys saw my last video, I got stave ref on my V8 Mustang, and that shit was stupid. Yeah, my car is loud. I got a lot of exhaust. It's a fucking V8. But also, my car has mufflers, has cats, and it has stock headers. That don't matter. The cop was hard-headed that my exhaust was illegal, that I was not gonna pass emissions. I have my emissions paper on hand, telling him, bro, I just smoked my car. My shit passes smog. He just didn't want to see it because he doesn't want me to be right. Because he was definitely 100% wrong. And
that's something else too, bro. Like you said, because that's what it all comes down to, not passing emissions. But like you said, I literally have the paperwork that says I passed it. Here's the date. You can see that it's valid and all that stuff. Cop still wasn't listening to him. Still didn't care. So I mean, I really hope, bro, when this stuff happens, I hope people are taking the proper actions. And if you have video, especially if you have video of it, make sure you keep a copy for yourself. Don't just give them your only, hard drive, whatever. But I mean, you need to take that stuff down to the station, talk to the watch commander, the police chief, however it works, whoever you got to talk to, bro, and file a complaint and all that stuff, bro, because that stuff really is crazy, like you just said. Officer, my car is completely stock, or at least that part of my car is stock. Here's the paperwork that proves I passed the test you're about to send me back to. Like, It's just insane.
And all these laws just concern people living in California. Car people living in California. So apparently, the noise level or compliance in California, it's 95 decibels, which is absolutely dumb. Because even in Prius, it's above 95 decibels. Even clapping, it's over 95 decibels.
I mean, that's like slight yelling, like almost like like I mean, like that right there is above 95 decibels. Don't ask how I know, but I mean that is like just honestly like maybe even how I'm talking about, but that's like just slightly raising your voice. But even with that, there's so many questions with that. Is that 95 decibels when the car is idling? Is that 95 decibels between 0 to 30, 40 to 60, 60 to 100? Like, so you get what I'm saying? Like, it's even with the measurement's good, but like, how do you, anyone's car is going to be over 95 decibels if you're flooring it. Any car that's not electric, if I put my foot to the fucking floor, it's going to be over 95 decibels. Like you said, even a Prius. So, I mean, how, it's just,
Clapping, it's literally around 135 decibels. 135 decibels is clapping.
I mean, bro, you see like when you go to a theater or a game or like any type of thing where it's a room full of people and they clap, even like at a work meeting, that shit like you get like 10 people clapping, bro. That shit is loud as fuck. Like
clapping 1 or 2 meters from the decibel reader.
Yeah, that's what
reads 135 decibels.
That's my point, dude. Especially if you do it right on the sound meter, like that's what a cop was gonna do. Like if a cop had a fucking decibel meter, they're gonna put it right up to the damn exhaust. Like, bro, your ear is not down there. Like, be a reasonable distance away, or be the same distance away when you first spotted me and decided you was gonna pull me over. But don't put it right up to it. Like, no shit.
I think a car that's louder than clapping is not gonna read above 95 decibels. Especially if the cops want to be shady. Well, not shady, but wants to be extra and gets this close to the exhaust. That shit's literally gonna read like 400 or 300 decibels. And that's in their head, in their brain rot head, in their gooner head. It's literally telling them.
I mean, that if a cop does that, that's like you cutting off the car and saying, all right, officer, go ahead and read it now. Because no matter what type of car you have, unless it's a fucking Tesla, it's going to, like you said, it's going to be above that just because you're literally like, you're fucking sticking your damn finger up its ass. Like, of course it's going to be louder. Like, yeah, officer, you go back there and do that. I'm going to go ahead and cut the car off. Because it makes just as much sense for you to measure it like that than it does for you to measure it with the car off. Like,
I'm right, you're wrong. It's over 95 decibels, which is California law. I agree, it's California law, but bro, clapping is literally gonna be above 95 decibels.
What about Newsom hasn't done something about that, bro?
Drive around the freeway, you see stuck ass cars,
this shit for fucking
Toyotas,
years.
Hondas, loud as shit. And they're not even modified, they're just regular traffic. Now, don't make me even start about bikes. And I'm not talking about sport bikes, I'm talking about choppers, Harley Davidsons, Sportsters, all those bikes. Those bikes, some of them are loud as shit. My Mustang, BA Mustang, yeah, it's loud. It's a little bit loud. But sometimes, dude, I be cruising on the freeway, loud ass chopper next to me that sometimes actually faces
like
me. I be like,
Rider.
holy shit, that shit's stupid. Loud chopper next to me that sometimes actually faces me. I be like, holy shit, that shit's stupid loud. But those guys don't get targeted like we do. It is irritating. Those cars that are literally straight pipe, they will definitely not pass emissions. I get that. But it's generalizing every loud car into that. It's wrong. Shit, if you're clapping cheeks, that's just gonna be around 300 decibels. If you're have a bypass.
Bro, y'all didn't even pee. Look at the face he made at the end,
that's
bro.
That's just gonna be around 300 decibels.
Bro, I can't pause it, bro. Look, he said.
That's just gonna be around 300 decibels.
Bro, he look like, bro.
If your mufflers have a bypass,
clapping cheeks,
or caught out or whatever, then you're gonna.
Oh, some clapping cheeks in here, man. He thought he's also meaning clapping cheeks.
Can be a state ref. A fix a ticket, which might be the best case scenario for you, or just a warning, or it can be the worst, like a state ref. Nobody wants a state ref because that means putting your car back to stock, going to court, paying the fee, maybe getting a point in your driving record, and then getting your car inspected by whoever works the courthouse or whatever. So that's the worst case scenario. That happened to me, and I don't wish that shit on my worst enemy. I don't wish that to anybody because the pain in the ass is a hassle, and it's a waste of time.
Especially with stuff like that, bro. Like, Obviously, it's costing you a lot of time and money because you have to pay for all these fees, all these tests, all this bullshit, paperwork, blah, 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 blah. Also taking time out of your day, but you're also taking time off from work. So, like, a cop being a dickhead like that, bro, that can literally cost you thousands of dollars in money you lost from not going to work, time you lost, which is arguably more important than money at times, from away from your family, doing what you want to do, things like that. But also the money you're giving out to the court, the admissions place, like, it's crazy, bro. Like, I mean, I don't know, dude. Like you said, California's notoriously bad for it, but it's just, I don't know, dude. That would make me move out of the state, honestly. If I was a car guy, unless I had 1,000 businesses in California, bro, I would just move out of California, dude. Like, that's insane.
Especially
if you can live in California, you can live anywhere in the United States. You got enough money to live anywhere.
And your car passes smog, but still you have to do all these things. And one thing, if your car passes smog, but you take the paperwork, the correct paperwork to the courthouse, you don't have to take your car back to stock. That's just a little tip. And if you hire a lawyer, make sure you tell everything that happened during the stop, because that will help your case.
That's why you record.
One thing I didn't do was fix my ticket, so that kind of hurt my case, but it doesn't matter. Even though I lost my case, I won because I didn't have to put my car back to stock. Thanks to my lawyer. And we don't want to talk about the amount.
That's why you record. Hey, lawyer, here's everything that's happened right here. Watch this.
The money you gotta pay. Honestly, it's up to the cop. If the cop wants to be an asshole and pull you over for a lot of exhaust, by then he just wants to nitpick every single thing that your car has, like window tint, plate, whatever, which is what happened to me. The ticket can be expensive. In that case, I would recommend hiring a lawyer. That's what I did, because my ticket was fucking expensive. And thanks to my lawyer, the ticket went down like crazy. It went down crazy, and I didn't have to put my car back to stock. Your ticket price may vary from $400 to $3,000, something like that. Depends on the cop. If you don't follow through with the ticket or the fine, and you get pulled over by the same cop or by other cop that knows about you, you might get arrested and your car impounded. And that's even worse. Also, most importantly, if you get pulled over by the same cop and you already know this cop is an asshole, if he impounds your car, he might charge you for disturbance of, what is it called?
Peace.
It's called unreasonable disturbance to others, which is really stupid. And you can even end up in jail for 90 days. So keep that in mind if you don't follow through with your fine. Wilmington is one of the big...
I mean, bro, and I'm a criminal justice major, so like I studied law, worked with law enforcement officers, talked to them, bro. You know, I truly do believe cops are good people. I feel like the very purpose behind them, you know, a good cop goes a long way, even though they don't get the recognition they deserve. Because in this world, the bad always gets more clout than the good, bro. But I mean, like you said, dude, like disturbing, whatever disturbance of the public, bro. Like, I mean, that could be two people arguing. A fucking child outside could be disturbing the public. Like, a child outside screaming and whining is like, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna jail the mom for 90 days? Like, but it's just crazy, bro. That somebody can be in a position like that to where they want to be such a dickhead, they can do that to you. Like, literally, they could throw you in jail for 90 days, make you spend X amount of dollars just at the court, let alone you paying, they charge you every day to have your car impounded, bro. I mean, it's just crazy, bro. Like,
issues as well.
Window tint, though, we don't do that. Like I said, Carolina has tint laws, so it affects me.
Big issues with California laws against car people, because that's one of the reasons cop can pull you over for. If your window tint might be a little bit too dark, so it says...
Even though a cop can window tint is 5% all the way around.
Your window tint must allow 70% of light has to go through your window. That's how dark it can be. Also, if you're gonna have a banner on your windshield, it can only be 4 inches. Something like that. For the rear, there's nothing about that. The rear can be as dark as you can. So the maximum tint darkness is 30%. It cannot be a reflective tint. Also,
in Carolina, I actually had a cop tell me the other day, I was at the store and I had drove by my Jeep. He literally, like, I park in the back. I think I said this before in video, actually. But I was walking up to the store and he literally, like, drove by in his cop car and he didn't pull me over. He told me, he was saying, like, blah, 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 your 10, blah, blah, blah. And he had said something like, he said, the front 2 windows, I think, have to be 35%, so passenger and driver side. But he said the back windows can be as dark as I want. No tint on the front windshield. The sun strip can only be 35% the darkest. So, and I have 5% tint all the way around. I have a 5% front sun strip, and then my windshield is 35%. So 5% all the way around, 35% on the front windshield, and 5% sun strip.
To tint your windows red, blue, or amber. First time offenders might get a fix-it ticket. In my case, my first time I got pulled over for a window tint, I had to go to court and pay $80 or something like that. It says there's second violation, third violation, and it may be.
It's also annoying too, bro, how you have to go to court, like, especially for something like that. Like, if you know you're gonna pay it, somebody pay online, like. But I guess that's due process in America. You have to appear before a judge, blah 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 blah. But it's just like, bro, I take off work for this, like, because you don't know how long you're gonna be in there. You could go in there and the court could be fucking filled. You could be the first person, the fifth person, like. It's just
honestly,
you show up on a Zoom.
Also, some drivers with medical conditions, you may qualify for some exceptions where you can have your window tint darker than the rest. Maybe.
Yeah, nah, that's next up on my list to do. I need to go to the doctor and get a tint exemption because I'm just especially with some bad cops, bro. You just want to have everything you can to be in your favor. So I'm pulling you over for your window tint. I have a tint exemption right here. This stop is completely voided now. You have no other reason to stop me. Blah, 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 blah. You get what I'm saying, bro? Like, and then, like you said, with some bad cops, they just gonna start digging. So yeah, I put you over for your exhaust, but also your tint, your license plate. You know, thankfully Carolina, you don't have the license plate issue, but like, yeah, nah, dude. I need to get on that. Like, I really do. About my window tint, but yeah.
Some vision issue or skin issue. Now you know. Something that triggers me, and this is triggering. This is a fucking trigger of mine. That whenever I hear my friends or me getting pulled over by cops for my window tint, it irritates the fuck out of me. You wanna know why? Because if you drive around the freeway anywhere, I wanna say 70% of cars, their windows are dark as fuck. Do they really care? Not really. They don't.
It's just certain cars.
Honestly, I have cop friends. They don't give a shit. But if your car might be a little modified and or a little bit too loud, and your windows might be a little bit too dark, you get pulled over, instant ticket. All those 3 cars that went by, they're darker than mine. Are you gonna pull them over? Not because you're targeting car people. That's the thing that's.
Yeah, that's another issue too, bro. Like you just said, like. I mean, even in Carolina, you know, we're not like Texas or nothing, but I feel like in every state, people have window tint, illegal window tint, because one, it makes the car look cooler. 2, it actually keeps the inside, you know, more appropriate temperature-wise. But a lot of people just don't like people looking in their shit. Like, and like you said, I mean, the issue with something like that is, it's almost like enforcing the whole mask thing back in the day, like, for a store. You cannot go up to every single person and make sure every single person has on a mask 100% of the time. Like you said, as you're getting pulled over, 100 people have drove by with darker tint. The same level of tint, if not darker. But you're not going to go chase them down because you don't care for them, also because you can't. And I mean, in my personal opinion, if you can't enforce the rule, then it really shouldn't be a rule at all. Because there's no point in having a rule if it's going to get broken and you can't enforce it. But like you said, you're specifically targeting performance in sports cars with the darker tint. Not just darker tint vehicles, but performance in sports cars with darker tint.
Wrong, dude. It's fucking wrong. That shouldn't happen, bro. You're gonna pull me over. You see all these cars with dark ass window tints, but you're gonna pull me over just because my car is a little modified or a little bit loud. Our windows might be a little bit lighter than these motherfuckers. Regular traffic, but still we get pulled over the most, dude. If you don't have a front plate on your car, you might get pulled over. California states that you got a visible front plate on your car. So
Maybe Carolina's just bad.
As a matter of fact, rear and front. For what I know, for what I've seen, for what I talk, because I got cop friends. Most cop friends don't give a fuck about the front plate if it's on your windshield. I had my front plate on my windshield for the longest time, for years. Every time I got pulled over in the past, they were nice cops, good interactions. They never ever said a thing about the plate being on the windshield. Because it's visible, everybody can see that shit. But California laws states that it has to be on the front bumper. And like I say, it's gonna be up to the cop. Because like I said, most cops don't give a shit. But still, if they gotta hit a quota, and they want to just, you know, go after car people, and there's a few shitbag cops that want to do that, they might give you shit for having a front plate on the windshield. So keep that in mind, put it on the front, have one of those magnets that you can buy on Amazon or whatever.
Yeah, I've heard about that, like a magnet mount in a sense, because a lot of people, that's another thing too, bro, like, you don't realize that if you don't have a nice car, just like having a house, people don't want to put holes and shit, dude. Like, I can move to a different state in a year or two, and it doesn't require a front license plate. Now I got these holes in my car that are non-existent for no reason. I mean, is it a big deal? Not really, but it still is at the end of the day. So, I mean, I get that, bro. Like I said, thankfully in Carolina, we just got a back plate and you're good. But that's like I said, a lot of people do the magnetic mounts. But yeah, dude, it's just crazy, bro. The amount of things that really are not, and that's nothing too with these mods. Like now, if these modifications are hurting people, if the tint is somehow hurting people, the exhaust somehow are hurting people, all this stuff, bro. But it's like we're not hurting nobody. We're not putting nobody's lives at danger, really. I mean, it's like, so, and you're enforcing these laws. People are out here getting, you know, done a lot worse, and you're worried about this car having dark windows that you can't see inside of for the second it's driving by on the road. Somebody could be getting you know what right now, and you're worried about that, bro. It's just weird. I mean, it's a weird world we live in.
Yeah, that's many ways you can put your front plate on if you don't want to like drill into the bumper for whatever reason. So yeah, it's one of the most stupid ones because that's literally just has to be a fix-it ticket or a warning. But like I said, and I don't get tired of saying this, like I said, you will encounter asshole cops. There's only a few, you know, there's only a few in the mix. Most cops are so chill.
Exactly.
But there's only a few in the mix who do this.
I agree with that statement 100%. 99.9% of cops are literally people just like you and me, reasonable, good people, just doing their job, blah, 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 blah. But you get a few who are just jerks, and it just literally, I mean, it's like an experience for anything. If you go on 100 flights, and 10 of them were the worst flights ever, from the fucking checking in, TSA, the party, the food, the flight attendants, the pilot, the landing, all that crap, the fucking baggage claim, you're going to remember those 10 flights over the other 90 perfectly smooth flights. It's just how it is, bro. You get what I'm saying? In sports, I can have 10 straight good games. I have one bad game. I done fell off, blah, blah, blah. It's just how it is, bro. Like, it really sucks, too.
Some cops, they know the law. Some cops are by the books, but some cops are ignorant when it comes to cars. So you can be knowledgeable about cars and at the same time be knowledgeable about California laws, because that way cops will not mess with you when you have the paperwork and the knowledge. Another video, I'm gonna tell you guys exactly the laws and how to bypass the laws, because all the laws have loopholes, so you can shit on the cop if you have a bad cop. There's a lot of nice cops, great cops. If you have a bad cop, record that shit and know your laws.
Alright, y'all. So, I mean, yeah, I think some things to take away from this video is, like you said, I got to get my tint conscription paperwork. But really, like you said, just know your rights in general. You know, aside from getting targeted or getting pulled over because of your car, know your rights in general. Definitely record every encounter with the police, bro. But, I mean, it really sucks, man. Like, I just don't get it, dude. Especially the tint law is so confusing because, for one, a cop has dark tint on their car. But what does it matter if my tint is dark? You don't need to see in my car when it's on the road or whenever. Like, it literally has no effect on you if you can see in my car or not. And it's also kind of funny because I pulled you over because your tint's so dark, I can't see inside of it. So now I'm pulling you over to tell you I can't see inside. Like, it's just a whole funny thing. Like, you're pulling me over to tell me you can't see inside of my car for the second I drove by the road. Okay, I mean, like he said, it must be that time of the month to meet the quota. It must be a slow day. He's wanting interaction. Okay, but yeah, dude. To all my people out there, car people or not, be careful out there, man. When it comes to law enforcement, you know, always record, know your rights, use your rights, especially the right to remain silent. Only answer, you know, my advice is only answer what you're legally obligated to answer. This is my car. Yes, I'm the owner. Here's my license registration. I don't have to tell you where I'm coming from. I don't have to tell you where I'm going. I don't have to tell you what's done to the car. Like, I think the Fifth Amendment is a very slept on amendment. A lot of people don't use enough when talking to law enforcement. I mean, there is nothing suspicious. There is nothing illegal about enforcing your rights. And even if that means not talking, because that's my Fifth Amendment right. There's nothing suspicious or illegal about enforcing your rights. So, yeah, everybody, like I said, this is definitely an interesting video. I kind of like to switch up right here. Shout out to this guy pushing gears. And yeah, like I said, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. We got a lot more videos coming up for y'all. Reaction video wise, car video wise. So I'm very, very, very excited. And as always, thank y'all for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.